Hi. Okay, hello guys. We are doing a little vlog type of moment over the next few days because this is a very exciting week with a lot of exciting things happening, and the first of those things just arrived. Guys, my third novel is coming out in 2 days, and I just got the paperback in the mail. I'm having such a weird, surreal feeling about this because it feels like just freaking yesterday I finished my first novel after thinking it was never gonna happen. I dreamed of writing a book for so long, since I was a little kid in elementary school. It was my greatest dream, my greatest goal, my greatest ambition. It was the hardest thing I ever did, but I did it. And I remember getting that paperback in the mail and thinking this is the greatest thing I've ever done. I can die happy now. And somehow, 2 years later, barely, a year and a half, I am here now with my third novel. I don't know, time doesn't make sense anymore. Life doesn't make sense anymore. I don't know, but I am so freaking excited. This is always the most special part of the entire thing. I love writing, it's my greatest passion, but when I tell you, it is the hardest thing in the entire world. Writing a book, I don't want to say the entire world, that's dramatic, but writing a book just requires so much patience, so much freaking discipline. It takes months and months and months of your life and just so many hours, hundreds upon hundreds of hours. There are so many times throughout the process where you just think you're never gonna finish. You're like, is this trash? Should I just throw it away? But then that moment when you finish it and you get to hold the paperback in your hand, I will just never forget the first time that happened with my first book. And then my second book, especially when you're a reader, you're someone that has loved books your entire life. Whenever you get to see something that you've just been staring at in a Word document for 6 months as a real book in your hand, and it can be on your shelf with all these other authors that you love, it's just the best feeling I can imagine. It's just the most rewarding part, especially getting to see the cover for the first time on a real book. I don't know, it's just amazing. So I wanted to document this moment of me opening my paperback, seeing it for the first time. To be quite transparent with you guys, you're really getting a behind the scenes here. I am vlogging, or I'm not vlogging, but I'm gonna video this for TikTok and Instagram. So I wanted to have it in this vlog, but I also obviously want to post it on TikTok and Instagram. So I'm gonna be opening this and I'm gonna look at my phone screen, but just know I know you guys are here. I'm gonna talk to my phone and then I'll talk to you. Sorry if it comes out cringy, but I want it in all the places. We gotta get the content in all the different avenues. So I'm just gonna open it. Oh my God. This is my brand new hockey romance novel. I just got it in the mail. This is the first time I'm seeing it in paperback. And even though this is my third book now, this is always the best part of the entire process. The first time you get to hold your book in your hands, see it in the flesh, not on a Word document, it just makes it all feel so real and so special. Getting to add it to your shelf, it's just the best feeling in the world. So I wanted to share it with you guys. This book, this cover, it's my baby. All of my books are my baby, but just each time I feel they get better and better and more developed, and this book just is so special, and the cover is so special. Hockey is such a big part of my life and something that I love so much, and I've just dreamed of writing a hockey romance novel for 2 years now. It felt like this thing that was just never gonna happen, but I thought about it every single day, and I did the damn thing, and here she is. Oh my God. Between the Blue. This is my baby. Sam Palencia at Ink and Laurel designed my cover. She's designed my last 2 covers now for my books, and oh my God. Her artwork is just stunning as always, but when you get to see it on the book, the colors in person are so beautiful. Oh my God. And the spine, Between the Blue, the back. Oh my God. I'm so in love. This is my favorite hockey romance novel cover that I've ever seen, and it's mine, and that's just the greatest thing ever. I am gonna go be a dork and read my own book now because I deserve to. It's been a long time coming, guys. Between the Blue is out January 10th. It is an enemies to lovers workplace romance, hockey romance with a whole lot of angst, a whole lot of tension, a lot of past and present timelines, dual point of view, lots of emotions, a major roller coaster, lots of ups, but also some downs, happy moments, moments that might make you cry, some spicy moments that I'm a little bit proud of is all I'm gonna say. Guys, I'm so excited. I love you so much. Thank you for all of your support. Between the Blue is out now. Oh, wait. Guys, I'm dying. I just watched back the footage on this camera and you saw the moment that I realized nothing I said while I was recording got recorded. Like, I went to start recording on my phone, pressed the button, and somehow I pressed it a second time. I did my full spiel, I hit stop, and it started recording, and I was like, wait, what? It just didn't record anything. So, I kept that in here for the sake of you guys. This truly is a behind the scenes. This is a day in the life of a booktuber. I don't know, but I ended up refilming it. So the version you're gonna see on my Instagram and TikTok, if you happen to see it, is not gonna be the version you just saw. But it's all fine and good. I thought I'd keep it in for a laugh. But anyways, you saw me holding it up at this weird angle, but here's my baby. Guys, I could not be more obsessed. I could not be more in love, and she just looks so pretty in my stack with my other babies. I love how there's like a hint of blue in all of them. You know, I know this is kind of like a greenish blue, but like, I don't know, they just kind of, they are so different. Like every one of my books, I feel like I'm, you know, I'm like Taylor Swift in a way. Like I have these eras. I had my friends to lovers era with my little cute wholesome plants, and then my 80s enemies to lovers era, and now my like hockey emotional enemies to lovers kind of era, and they all just like, they go together, but they're also so different, and I just love them so much. This just feels so weird. Like it's such a like amazing feeling when you get it in the mail, but then you're also like, oh my god, it's done, and like already my brain is like swirling on to the next. Like I'm so proud of this. It's the greatest accomplishment. I love this book. I honestly, now that I have the paperback, I want to like read it. I love reading my book like in paperback. It's just like so fun. And getting to like highlight it, annotate it, all the dorky things. But my mind is like already on the next book. Like I told myself I was gonna take a long break, and I always do this. I was like, I'm gonna take like a few months, I'm just gonna read, I'm not gonna write. But like my next book, I'm already itching to write. And last night I was already writing some little snippets down. I will just give you guys kind of the inside scoop. If you read Between the Blue, you might be able to tell there's a character you see a lot in this story that it seems that there's a lot more to him and more of his story to tell. So that's kind of what I'm starting to work on next. And I'm just like, he's screaming at me. He's in the back of my head. He's just like dying for me to tell his story, and just like all these things keep coming to me, and I've just been figuring it out, and it's just so fun. But yeah, I'm gonna chill for a little bit. I have volleyball tonight. I play volleyball actually on Mondays and Wednesdays. So I have my first volleyball game tonight, back from the sort of like winter holiday break. So gonna relax for a little bit. It's so weird because it just gets, you can already tell it's 5 o'clock right now. It's so dark outside. It feels like it's like the middle of the night. And then whenever I have volleyball games at like 7 or 8 or 9, I'm like, I feel like I'm playing volleyball at midnight because it's so dark outside. But I'm very excited to get back. My volleyball people are my friends, my buddies. I love getting to see them, you know, twice a week. So excited for that. I'm gonna chill for a while, but I'll film a little bit. Like when I go to volleyball, I'll film a little snippet. I'm a little embarrassed. I'm not gonna like sit there and film our whole game, but I'll give you guys a little snippet. So I will see you then. Guys, the H3 podcast is back, which means I am back. I watch every single episode of the H3 podcast. I have for years now, ever since Frenemies happened. I've been watching Trisha Paytas since I was far too young, to be honest, and ever since Frenemies, I have watched every episode of H3, and they've been gone for like 3 weeks for the holidays. It's felt like a century. Every time they take their little break in the summer and in the winter, I'm like, what do I do with my life? Because it comes out on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and it's so nice because their episodes are like 3.5 hours long, so I'll watch like 30 minutes while I'm eating, and then like later again while I'm eating, and I'll put it on in the background when I'm like folding laundry. Like, and because there's 3 episodes a week, it gives me enough time throughout the entire week to like watch episodes. And when it's not here, I'm like, I don't know what to put on when I'm eating. Like, I don't watch TV practically ever. It's just hard because I can't like get committed to a series. I'm like, you guys know, I'm a reader. It's just, I'm a reader and I'm trying to write. It's just like, I can't get too invested in a series. So I love stuff like this, like podcasts, because you can just listen in the background. So very happy that it's back. But I'm just having my little dinner. This is so random and nobody asked, but I am a big fan, not sponsored, but Factor. If you want to sponsor me, honestly, like I am your poster child because I am obsessed with Factor. They're these little meals that get sent. I was doing HelloFresh for a long time and I liked HelloFresh, but it was expensive, number one, and number two, you had to make the food, obviously. And it's like, it took a long time to make. Like it took a minimum like 30-45 minutes to make. You have to clean everything up. Like I loved it, the food was good. But look, I'm a single gal in her mid-20s, living on her own. I didn't love HelloFresh because it's not for one person. Factor meals are literally like single person, perfectly portioned meals that are fresh, they're not frozen. So you just like pop them in your microwave for like 2.5 minutes and they're all delicious. And I just like them because I get enough that it's like, at least during my work week, I can just pop these in and I usually eat one for lunch and one for dinner. And it might seem sad and weird, maybe it is, but they're so good. And like, also, I'm just a person too, where if I cook for one person, say I make like an entire pot of pasta, whatever, I'm gonna finish the whole pot of pasta. Like I have no concept of like portion control. It's not my strong suit. So these meals are the perfect size that like I eat them and I'm totally like full and satisfied when I'm done. And because there's like not any more to eat, I don't eat more. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, nobody asked, but if you are like a single person living on your own, just cannot for the life of you get into cooking, especially when it comes to things like chicken. Like I hate making meats so much. I like eating chicken, I like having it, but I just don't like making it myself. It's like, it just never happens. I'll go through little phases where I make it for like a week or two here and then I won't do it again for like 6 months. So yeah, this is a little stuffed pepper casserole and it's really good because it always comes with like a vegetable too, because I'm not great about eating vegetables either. Like I like vegetables, I just don't ever want to make them. I don't crave them, but like when they're made for me and they're good, like I'm here for it. Anyways, no one asked, but I'm just gonna eat this. Work was like a little bit crazy today. And just between like that and my book coming in, it's just been like a busy day. I feel like it's flown by, but I'm gonna eat this and then get ready for volleyball. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Okay, I'm walking into volleyball right now. It is so cold outside for no reason. And I'm just mentally prepared for my body to hurt. It's been a few weeks and I'm old. And when I'm not used to it, I'm gonna be in pain the next day. But I'm excited. It's gonna be a fun night. Can we see what is happening down here? This boy is overworked. I need y'all to stop ordering biscuits. He is just a child. This is not okay. Poor thing. Anyways, hello guys. It is actually the next evening. I totally, to be quite honest, forgot I was vlogging last night and volleyball was fun. We did not win, but it was a very good game. It was good to be back. I ended up sitting in the parking lot for like an hour and a half after and just like talking to one of my friends. So I just love having my little routine. Like volleyball is a part of my routine. I do it twice a week. I get to like see my friends. It forces me to like get out of the house because I work fully remote. So like I am literally always at home and I'm like such a homebody. I usually go for a walk every single day, like if I can, but I don't really like get out of the house too much. I usually have maybe like one weekend plan. If I have a week where I have like no plans, I don't really mind. So it's really nice that I know like, okay, Monday and Wednesday, I'm gonna get out of the house, I'm gonna see people, I'm gonna socialize, and frankly, it's about all I need. But that was fun. Today, I've pretty much just been working today. It's a Tuesday, so been working all day and I've been working on a lot of stuff for tomorrow because tomorrow is the release of Between the Blue. So I have just been like a content fiend. This is always kind of like the funnest. I feel like I say this about so many parts of writing a book, but once it's done and you get to just like promote it, it's so much fun to like finally get to talk about your book and to like get to make little aesthetic posts and reels and post teasers and like see people get excited about it. Like it's just so much fun. So I've done it with all my books, but I feel like I wanted to do like a really good job this time around with, you know, it's just every single book, like I learn more and more, and like I've made more like indie author friends and like seen what they do and like taken inspiration. So I did a big dramatic sort of like countdown on my Instagram of like 5 days to, 4 days to, 3 days to, and like posting like all these things to get people pumped. And this time around as well, like I did arcs for my book, like advanced reader copies, which I hadn't done for my first two. I don't know, it was one of those things like I know it's very much a thing. Like there's so many people that I follow on social media that all they do is read arcs, and I've read some arcs here and there, but I just was like, I don't know, like I don't know if it makes sense for me to do that. But this time I did it. Like I got my book done, I got the arcs out like 3 weeks before, and it's been really cool because like there's all these people now that have read my book, and like they're posting about it, like posting their reviews and posting their little like collages, and God, I love seeing that. I love seeing like how other people picture my characters. Like it's just always so cool because everyone, you know, you describe them, you're like, oh, she's a redhead, he has dark hair, whatever, but you know, people are always going to kind of interpret them a little bit differently, and like seeing like the fan casts and stuff, it's just like so fun. And I love that everybody has kind of a different view, but it's just made like this release a lot more, I don't know, there's like more build up to it. And it is always weird though. I mean, I've only done 2 books for so far. I'm acting like I've done like a million or something, but like it's funny on the release day because it's like this build up, it's like this big high, and then release day happens and it's like, you know, you always get people on release day that are like, congrats, and posting and, you know, excited for you and ordering the book, and I'm getting tagged in stories of people like placing their orders and, you know, downloading it on their Kindle, whatever. But then like right towards the end of release day and then like a couple days after, it just always gets really like silent. And I know to expect that now. I think my first book, I've talked about this before, I think on my channel, but writing my first book was like such a weird experience because obviously it was so new to me, and like I've said a million times, like it was such a dream of mine to write a book, and I always thought like, you know, once I write one book, like that's my goal in life, like I want to publish a novel, and then like that's my greatest dream. And then it's like you do it. And if you guys have seen the movie Soul, sorry, I'm going off on such a tangent, but if you've seen the movie Soul, the Pixar movie, I really like relate to that movie. If you haven't seen it, you have no clue what I'm talking about, but this movie is about this guy that like, he's really passionate about, I think he plays like saxophone or something. He plays like an or is it piano? He plays an instrument, and it's like his greatest dream to like make it big and be like a jazz player, and you know, he has this like idol he looks up to, whatever. And like long story short, he kind of like gets his dream, and once it happens, he's like has this just like weird sense of depression afterwards because he's like, what do I do now? And like he's talking to this lady that is kind of his idol, and she's like, you do it all over again. Like there's no like end point in life. You don't like achieve something, you don't like check off these goals and like now you're done. Like life keeps going, like you have to keep living, you have to keep doing other things, yada yada. Long story short, like when my first book came out, I was such a high, and then I was like, oh, so like life just goes on, like what like what do I do? Not that like I need people like talking about my book or whatever all the time, and like people still are reading my first book, I still get tagged and stuff all the time, so it's not about that. But it's just like, you know, especially something like writing a book, something that takes like 6, 7, 8, 9 months, whatever, and you just like think about it every day, work on it every day, like pour your heart and soul into it. Like once it comes out and it's like done, it's very hard to just like wipe your hands clean of it and like move on. Like it feels so real to you, like the story, the characters, whatever. And you know, it's like this world that you've been living in for 6+ months, and now it's just like, okay, it's done, it's out there. And I don't know. Anyways, all of that to say, I'm trying to like really enjoy this release and just like take it slow and like get excited about promoting. And I know going into it now that release is always a little weird because like people get pumped about it coming out, but then it takes people a couple of days to like read the book and for more sort of reviews to come in. There's like spurts of it, whatever. So yeah, that's just like what I'm dealing with right now. I'm just like getting ready for it. I'm making so many reels. I really just want to like promote the heck out of this book. Like I said, I just keep learning more and more, and I feel like I've gotten better and better at like knowing what kind of works and stuff. And this book is a hockey romance, which is like a very hot sort of topic right now. Like I freaking love hockey. It's one of my favorite things in the world. Being at a hockey game is like my happy place. So it means a lot to me, and I love it. But I know like as a genre right now, hockey romance is really like taken off, and I'm excited for that, and I'm excited to like have a book in that genre now. And I really just want to take advantage of the fact that it's so popular, and you know, get those reels out there and get it teased, and you know, TikToks, whatever. So yeah, just hoping I can kind of like take advantage and do well and get this book read by people, because I love it. But Anyways, I meant for this to be like a 1-minute intro to talk more to you guys, but it's been 7 minutes, so I love that. Anyways, I was just gonna tell you, I've just been chilling here. I was watching Trisha Paytas' podcast because she just did her gender reveal for her second baby Elvis. Spoiler alert if you didn't see it yet, Elvis is a girl. And you know what? I knew Elvis was gonna be a girl. I freaking called it. I just had this feeling in my gut. Also, Trisha's just like such a girl mom. That's a whole other topic. I've been watching Trisha Paytas since I was far too young to be watching Trisha Paytas, like a long time. I just love her. She's gone through like so much growth. Like Trisha is very much known for being like this hot mess, and we love her for it, but I just love that now she's like got this, she's married and she has this family she's always wanted and like this house, and she's successful, and she's got this podcast that's like popping off, and like she just seems in like such a good place, and I just love that so much for her. Like I always just like my heart hurt for her because I'm like, she just has so much love to give in this world, and she just wants to have like a family, and she's so talented, you know, she's such a like personality, and I think she's so entertaining. I just love her. So very excited about baby Elvis. My cat is eating food right now. I think I've talked about this before also. Every time, it never fails. If I turn this camera on, one of my cats goes and starts eating. Every time I sit on this couch and I film a book review, they go and they eat, and like their dog tags are on their neck. It like, from their collar, it like hits the bowl, and it is like the most annoying noise. And it never bothers me when they're just like eating normally, but when they do it when I'm filming, I'm like, I have to stop filming because it's so annoying in the background. Like the amount of YouTube videos where I'm talking and I'm like on a roll, and then they go over and they've been asleep for hours, and then I start talking, it wakes them up, and they're like, I'm hungry, and they go over there and eat. But because this is a vlog, I'm just gonna leave it in, and y'all are just gonna have to deal. But I was just gonna say, I'm gonna watch the Trisha podcast for a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna read. I wanted to talk to you guys about what I'm reading. I am fully in my Boys of Tommen era, and I just want you guys to prepare yourselves to be sick of me, because I'm only one book and 100 pages into this series, and there's gonna be, I feel like probably 8 books or something. There's 5 that exist right now, and the series is gonna continue. I mean, there is at least one more, but I think there's gonna be 2 more. It's gonna be a long series, and I frankly would be fine if this series was 20 books. At least that's the way I feel right now. I read Binding 13. It was my last read of 2023. It was my favorite read of 2023. And now I am moving into Keeping 13. I'm like 100 pages in, and I am just so obsessed with this series. I'm making an entire video on these first 2 books because these first 2 books are about one couple in the series, and then the next book moves into a different couple. So I make a whole, it's not really a reading vlog. It's like a 2-part book review where I talk about Binding 13. So I talk about it kind of without spoilers, and then I'll move into spoilers, and then I'm going to talk about this book in that video once I finish it. So it's like a 2-parter sort of book review. So if you want more details on it, you can definitely like watch that video. I won't ramble on about it here, but it's like about these rugby players that go to this college in Ireland, and it's just, there's so much to it. It's a very like found family type of book, just so many characters. It's one of those series where like you just fall in love with the characters, and you get to know like each and every one of them, and they all get like their own books, and you see like these different scenes from all their different perspectives, and the dialogue in it, it just feels so real. You get so lost in it. You feel like you're like actually friends with these people, and it deals with some really like dark, deep subjects. Like there's a lot of like, there's like a broken family in this that like we see, you know, these 2 characters that are siblings from it, and they have a really tough situation, and then you have like the star rugby players, and it's just like a friend group. Like there's lots of like inner workings. Like everyone kind of has their own personal issues, and then they have like issues together as couples and separate, whatever. It's just a lot to it, and I'm absolutely eating it up. I'm absolutely loving it. So I'm definitely gonna read some of Keeping 13 probably for the rest of the night, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna read this, and then also I have my Kindle on standby because I am rereading the Off Balance series right now. You guys, like after I talked about the Off Balance series in my top 10 of 2023 video, I have not, to be quite honest, I haven't stopped thinking about it since I read it. I read it in January of last year. It was like one of the first things I read, and I cannot get this series out of my head. I always think about it, but after talking about it in that video and like re-explaining it, and just like it all came back to me, and Draco's eating again. Draco is eating again. Like I'm not even joking. Anyways, it's a taboo, forbidden sort of romance about this gymnast and her coach, like major age gap, like maybe 16 and 32 years old. It's not gonna be for everyone, okay? I didn't say it was okay, but I said it was entertaining. The best spice I've ever read, it's 5 books that's like one continuous story of so much like toxicity and back and forth, but like the best spice I've ever read in my life. Like it's funny, I'm rereading it now. I flew through the first like 45% of the first book already, and it's like almost better the second time around. Like it's, you know, sometimes you reread a book and you're like, like it wasn't as good as I thought, but like now that I know like what's to come, like starting at the beginning, it's like so crazy. It's so crazy, but it's so good. And I'm really trying to this year, like, it sounds so dumb, but my just like New Year's resolution is I want to just not stress myself out, number one, because literally the only source of stress in my life for the most part comes from myself. I put like these insane expectations on myself. I make myself do things I like don't want to do, and that like I don't want to do that this year. I want to like listen to my gut. Like, and when I say that, I mean a lot of the times I'll feel like, oh, like I should read this book because it's like really popular right now. Everyone's talking about it, I should read it, when I'm like not in the mood to read that at all. Or like I don't even want to read it, but I'm like, oh, like everyone's gonna be asking me about it, I should read it. Or like there have been books in the past that like I've really wanted to reread, but I'm like, no, like you should read like new books so that you can like have more to talk about on YouTube and you can make more content. And it's like, that is so silly. Like reading is for fun. Like first and foremost, reading is my hobby, and like the YouTube channel, the Instagram, the TikTok, whatever, like that is just, that comes from me reading. Like it's supposed to be my outlet to talk about the books that I'm reading. It's not supposed to be like I'm reading for YouTube or for Instagram or for whatever. So yeah, I was gonna start a new book and I just couldn't get balance out of my head, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna reread it. I'm just gonna start it. If I start the book and I'm like good and I don't need to finish it, then I won't. But literally at this point, I think I'm gonna reread the entire series because it's just, that's where I am right now, and I'm having so much fun with it. Like it sounds so silly because it's like obvious, but it's like when you do what you want to do, like you have more fun, you know? And like, I don't know, just like listening to my body, and there's just a lot to that. I don't know, it's just funny. I listened to funny enough, it was a Trisha Paytas podcast. She had on Leo Skeppy. He's like a guy from TikTok, and he's kind of like, he does a little bit of nutrition stuff, but he's really kind of like a motivational sort of guy, but not in like an annoying, pretentious way. Like he's very just like blunt, like it is. Like he's all about like manifestation, but he's like, yeah, you can manifest, but like you have to actually work for what you want and whatever. And he's all about that. He's all about like everything that you choose to do, like it's a choice. Like you are fully in control all the time, and like just listen to yourself. Like listen, like your brain is always right, your gut is always right. What you feel like, what makes you feel good is like what you should do, but like not, obviously like sometimes what makes you feel good might not be the best thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I don't know, I've just been like, after listening to that podcast, I've been kind of just like living with a different mindset the last, like, granted it's been like 9 days of the year so far, so I'm not like new year, new me, but I don't know, I've been in like so much better of a mood starting out the year. Like just kind of not letting myself get stressed. Like, you know, I've felt like, oh, I need to film a YouTube video. I need to get like, because I post like every week on YouTube, but sometimes I'm like, oh, like I need to do this, I need to do that. And it's like, I don't feel like doing that today, so I'm not going to do it today. Like last night, I didn't read at all because I didn't really have time to. And I got home from volleyball and I was like, I just want to watch some YouTube videos. And that's what I did. And like, it was fun, you know, like read when you want to read and don't when you don't. Like, I don't know. Anyways, just checking in with you guys. I probably won't really have anything else to say today. I'm just going to be like making more content, like I said, reading. And tomorrow's release day, and it's going to be a fun day because obviously it's release day. But I'm actually going to a hockey game tomorrow with several of my friends. It kind of just worked out that it happened to be release day. We all kind of wanted to go see the Stars play Minnesota, and it was on January 10th, and we were like, oh my gosh, that's the day my book comes out. Like, it's so perfect. So I'm really, really excited to do that tomorrow. So I'm definitely going to bring you guys along for that. But yeah, I will talk to you probably tomorrow on release day when Between the Blue comes out. Okay, hello guys. It is the next day. Between the Blue is officially out. I have had the busiest day. I feel like I blinked and it's now 4 p.m. and I need to start getting ready for the Stars game right now. I have this little mirror right here, so I just thought I'd multitask and catch up with you guys while I'm doing that. I have had the best day. First of all, obviously the release of Between the Blue is super, super exciting. I just feel like I've been on my phone all day. Sorry, I have to do my little Bella Hadid snatch. There we go. I feel like I have been on my phone all day because that's just what happens on release day. There's so many people messaging me and tagging me and stuff, and like it is just the best feeling in the world. But like I said, I feel like I blinked and the day is gone, and so many people have ordered it. So many people have tagged me in their stories saying that they're reading it already, telling me they're loving it. I've already seen like Amazon reviews and stuff come in because I actually released the paperbacks 2 days before the release day, because in my mind I was like, okay, people can order it and they can have it in time for release day, which I actually thought was really fun. I was glad that I did that, and it was cool to see people like today getting their paperbacks like in the mail. So yeah, it's been a great day, like super happy so far, and it's gonna take, like I said, like a couple of days before, you know, a lot of people finish it and I start getting like more and more messages, but just so far so good. I feel like compared to all my release days, I mean, that my first book is something I'll never forget, but this one has been really, really special because it's felt like a little more stress-free. I feel like I'm kind of, you know, I know what I'm doing at this point. I know what to expect. I know, like, I don't know, I just know the game a little bit more, and I'm able to like manage my expectations. So everything that happens is just like really, really fun. And like I've said a million times, like I'm really happy to be going to the Stars game tonight to kind of like just get my mind off of it and get my face out of my phone and just kind of be in my happy place for a little while. And it's just like the perfect way to celebrate it. So another very exciting thing happened today that is unrelated to Between the Blue, guys. I damn near dropped my phone, screamed, passed out. I, out of freaking nowhere, got an email today, and I received, I'm gonna just have to show you. Do you know what this is? Magnolia Parks, Into the Dark. The new book in the Magnolia Parks series that doesn't come out for another month. I randomly received an email today with an ARC for it. I did not apply for it. I did not expect it in any way, shape, or form. I've gotten physical copies of the new Magnolia Parks covers in the mail from the publishing company. I think it's Penguin Random House is like the parent company or whatever. They've sent me those copies, which have been amazing. Like on release day, I've gotten like the new covers, and it's been really nice and like a fun little treat to get those. But this is the first new book in the series that Jessa Hastings has published traditionally, like with this company, and they sent me the same email that they always send where they're like, if you'd like to receive physical copies, like fill out this form, blah, 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 and like, we'll let you know if you get it. And then at the end, it was just like, oh, and by the way, like if you're at all interested in like reading a digital version, like we'd love to have reviews early on and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, am I reading this correctly? Like you just sent me an ARC. You just sent me an ARC out of nowhere. I didn't even believe it. I hit the button and it said read now. Sent it to my Kindle, opened it, and it was there, and I just like, I screamed. I was not expecting that today. And it's so funny. I felt like I had like a weird psychic premonition or something this morning, because earlier today, I just was thinking about it randomly. Like, I mean, I think about Magnolia Parks literally every single day, but this morning especially, like, I don't know, I'm reading the Boys of Tommen series right now, and I'm really, really liking it, but I was just thinking like, oh, like I'm just in such a like reading mood right now. I'm just like having fun, and I was thinking like, I'm so excited to read the new Magnolia Parks book. Like, I just cannot wait. I'm on the edge of my seat. That is my favorite series of all time. Like, it's just so special to me, and I know this book is gonna hurt. They all hurt, and they all just hit, and I'm just so interested to see like where the story goes. Like, we don't know from the last book. Like, there's so many questions that are not answered, and Magnolia and BJ's story is complicated, and so is Daisy and Christian's, and I'm sure that just like, you know, the other books, we're gonna kind of see what happens with them, but from a different perspective. And I just like, oh my god, the last book, Daisy Hates the Great Undoing, it was my favorite in the series so far, and it just left off on such a freaking cliffhanger that drove a knife through my heart. I actually ended up making a TikTok after I finished it, like laying on this couch, just like staring at my ceiling, and I was just like rambling on. I overdid the blush. I totally overdid the blush, and we're just gonna act like it didn't happen. I'm just gonna go over it. I always either like don't put enough, or I put like way too much, and there's literally zero in between. But But I sat on this couch and I just was like staring at the ceiling being like, oh my God, like Jessa Hastings is just an artist and I just can't comprehend her brain. Like, how does she do it? How does she figure out the way to tell this story from like two different, you know, sort of perspectives and just make it come all together, and like all the stories just line up and match at the end. It just like, it's amazing. And she ended up replying to my TikTok and we kind of had like a back and forth conversation, and since then we've like DM'd a handful of times. And I'm not trying to sit here and be like, Jessa Hastings is my friend, because like she probably doesn't even remember who I am every time I randomly jump into her DMs. But regardless, I'm just saying I'm so inspired by her and I love her so much, and I'm like, if I can make anybody feel an ounce of what she makes me feel whenever I read her books, like I will have succeeded at life, because she's just amazing. And I cannot believe I got this arc. I almost panicked and like dropped everything and started to read that today, but I'm gonna practice a little bit of patience. I want to finish Keeping 13, which I think I'll finish in the next like day or two, and I think I want to vlog myself reading that book. I think I'm gonna vlog myself, and then I think I'm gonna save it until release day, because I feel like it's annoying when people like release stuff about books that isn't out yet, you know, because I'm like, oh, I want to like go and read it, and I want it to be like a spoiler filled reading vlog. So I think I'm gonna vlog it and then I'll have it saved, and then I can post it when the book comes out, so you guys can see it and like follow along and read it with me. You guys are always asking me for more reading vlogs, and I feel like for a book like that where I'm just gonna have so many thoughts, like it'll be fun to kind of just in the moment talk about it as I'm reading it and give my sort of like live reactions and freaking out and all of that. But it's giving me so much to look forward to. Like now that my book's out, I'm just like, I don't know guys, I'm just like excited about this year. I'm in such a like good mood, which is like a good feeling, because I feel like I was like struggling a little bit towards the end of last year. Draco is now eating again. I wasn't joking. Every single time I talk to the camera, he's like, let me go get a little snack. And yes, I'm applying more blush, even though I just told you I overdid the blush. This is part of the process. Just go with it. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited that I'm getting into Boys of Tommen, because I love that it is a series that like is still coming out, you know, just like Magnolia Parks. I think we have one more book, I think, in that series. So it's fun to like look forward to things. And I love series when like they hit and they mean a lot to me. So I love that I have 2 series right now that I'm just like really into and able to look forward to. So yeah, I think that's kind of my current update. I've been so busy all day. I've been preparing for this game today, you know, dealing with stuff for release day, but also just while we're here talking about hockey, I have an exciting trip coming up it's like in a week and a half. Me and Haley, who you guys know from like all my vlogs, and she'll be going tonight with me to the hockey game, and my best friend Leanne, we are going to New York. So Leanne actually lives in Connecticut. I grew up with her, like we went to high school together here in Texas, and then she ended up moving to Connecticut, and the Stars are playing the New Jersey Devils and the New York Islanders back to back on a Saturday and a Sunday. So Haley and I like made the decision that we were gonna fly to New York and go to both of those games back to back. Leanne is driving up from Connecticut and meeting us, and I am just like so looking forward to it. We have like a group chat going right now, and we've just been like talking about it and like all the things we want to do. Like it's a super quick trip. Like so many of the trips that I take with Haley are like 48 hours, like in and out, you know, we just see what we want to see. And at this point, like I think I've been to New York 5 times. This might be my 5th time going. So I've kind of seen like, whoa, oh my God, I just dropped my eyeshadow. This was like my Christmas present to myself. It's Urban Decay Moon Dust and Space Cowboy, which funny enough, Space Cowboy, I said that weird. Funny enough, I had this eyeshadow back in the day when Z palettes were a thing. This was in my Z palette, and now it's kind of like popping off again. I've seen people on TikTok using it and stuff, and I'm like, okay, that's fine, but it makes sense because I don't know if you'll be able to see in this lighting. It's very glittery. I wore it in like one of my recent YouTube videos, and I had a couple people DM me being like, so what were you wearing on your eyes in your video? Because I was just like mesmerized by it. They didn't say that, but they were asking, so this is what it is. Urban Decay Space Cowboy. But I'm so excited for that New York trip. I'm excited because like I was saying, we've kind of seen all the things there is to see. Like I've been to New York with Haley twice. Oh no, I've been with Leanne twice, I think. and then I've been with Haley once. We've all separately been, like, we've all just seen all the things. So this trip is just gonna be chill. Like, we just wanna like hit up things that we've like seen on TikTok, just like walk around, shop. If you guys have seen, her name is Alana Wiles. She makes TikToks in New York, and she's day in the life of a New York City mom. That's like her TikTok. So we wanna like go and do some things that she's recommended. She has like a toy shop that her family owns that we wanna go to. There's like a bagel place we wanna go to. There's like a place we made like a fun reservation. We just kind of like walk around and see things, and I think that'll be like really fun. It's fun to do like chill trips every once in a while where you don't have like plans, where you're just like running around all the time. And I just think, I don't know, it's kind of fun also too after Christmas, because, you know, I went on family vacation for Christmas, and family vacation is fun, but it's always just a lot. There's a lot you're doing. There's a lot going on. So you almost kind of feel like, in general, at least I do, over the holidays, once I finish the holidays, I'm like, I need a vacation from vacation. Like, a lot was happening. Like, I just want to chill. I want to have like a relaxing time. And I feel like I'm getting that now, you know, right after the holidays. Is kind of fun. Okay, I have to do my eyeliner now, and I physically cannot speak and do that. So I will just see you guys at the game. But yeah, I never film videos like this. This is literally just me like talking for, it's probably gonna be like a 45-minute video. I feel like of me just like talking, but if you guys like these, like, let me know and I can film some more, because I can talk all day. I can do this all day if you like. Okay guys, I'm ready to go. I feel like I keep meaning to address this and I don't. I have feathers in my hair now. I don't know what year it is, but whenever I was in Colorado, there was a little store. This lady was putting them in her hair. She had like 20 of them in her hair, and she was so cute, and I just like wanted to be her. So I was like, load me up, sister. Apparently they last up to like 4 months. So if you see this thing in my hair, people keep thinking it's like a braid, but then they're like, why is it black and white? And there's like a orange one, a kind of blonde one. There's like a bluish one in there. I don't know. So if you see that poking out, that's what's happening there. But I'm all ready to go. I wanted to give you a little OOTD. It's just simply my jersey, my Jake Ottinger jersey, because he is my favorite star. He unfortunately is injured right now, but he's gonna be back super soon. He's about to be better, but tonight I'm so excited because they're doing a giveaway of these mini like Jake Ottinger helmets, and it like has the same design on his like helmet that he has. Everyone calls him Otter, so there's like a little otter on there. We're getting there early so we can snag one of those. It's gonna go on my desk. I love him so much. And then I have my new little Dallas Stars Lululemon belt bag. I've never had a Lululemon belt bag. I got this for Christmas, so I'm officially a part of the gang. And then I'm wearing these little flare leggings. I tried to put on jeans and it just like simply wasn't happening today. And then I just have white Vans on. But yeah, let's go. Guys, I am back. I had so much fun tonight. I am so glad that I went to the game on my release day. I go to games all the time. Like, this is so dramatic. I'm there like every other week, but just like being on my release day, I was just in like such a good mood. I was so ready to like watch some hockey, and I was in a group of like 7 friends. One of them had never been to a game before, and I love going with people to like their first hockey game because it never fails. Like, it's just the funnest sport to watch live, especially the Stars. Like, the Dallas Stars fans are the best fans in the NHL. I'm saying it, like, a lot of people are very diehard, but I don't know, we just get like so into it, and it's just like such a fun like environment and atmosphere. And if it's your first time there, like, I just remember my first time there and I was like, wow, like this is really, really something fun and special. So great time. The Stars killed Minnesota. We were playing them. It was a really, really good and fun game. And I did not get my mini Jake Ottinger helmet, and to be honest, almost had a little minty bee about it. We were there early and everything, and they ran out super early, and I was getting so pissed because people were walking around with like bags of like 4 or 5 of them, and I'm like, I kept like, I wanted to go up and just like offer someone. I'm like, I will Venmo you $20 if you let me have that right now, because like that's how like I got really bad. I was like, don't let this ruin your night. I love things, especially when they're things like, I love like collecting little things of stuff that I'm into. I have a freaking Jake Ottinger pennant hanging on my kitchen wall right here. Like, what kind of freak? I have this like aesthetic, cute apartment, and then I'm like, Jake Ottinger pennant. Full disclosure, bought that when I was very drunk at a Stars game, but you know what? He just kind of lives in my kitchen now, so it's fine. I didn't need my mini helmet. I'm sure I'll get something else later. They're always doing little giveaways and stuff. But speaking of little junk that I don't need, I just got one of my sort of Christmas presents to myself in the mail. I got an Amazon gift card or two for Christmas, so this was something that I have been wanting. You guys know this year, 2023, I'm in my Boys of Tommen era. I am also in my Formula One era. I entered it kind of like a little over halfway through last year. My friend Haley, that you guys know, got very into it a couple of years ago, and she's been dying to get me into it, and I resisted for so long because I have too many things. I have too many things that I'm into, obsessed with. Like, I don't just casually like something. I either am not into it or I'm obsessed with it. So like Formula One, I just knew was gonna be like a deep, dark rabbit hole, and that is where I am. I went from knowing absolutely nothing to knowing far too much to a level that it's concerning about all of these men and all these cars and all these things that go vroom vroom around all these tracks all over the world. I'm just deeply, deeply obsessed. But yes, I am a McLaren girly. Oscar Piastri is my favorite driver. I'm a huge Charles Leclerc fan too, or Charles Leclerc if you want to be fancy. Love him. Him and Oscar are my two favorites, but Oscar has like this special little place in my heart. He was a rookie this past season, and it's kind of what happened with Jake Ottinger as well. Like, whenever I got really into hockey, he was like not a rookie, but he was like the young kind of up and coming guy. He wasn't the starting goalie at all. They kind of pulled him up because people got injured, and I was just like, there's something special about this kid, I don't know. And then he just like broke out, did amazing, blew up. So I love kind of like picking a favorite that's like kind of new whenever I'm like newer into a sport and kind of like growing with them. So it was Oscar's rookie year in F1. He's also an Aussie, and I studied abroad in Australia, so that just like holds a special place in my heart. And he's just like so funny. He's so unserious, and he's so funny without trying to be funny. He has this like dry sense of humor that just like gets me like no other. But anyways, I got a little model of his car. I've been waiting for this because I have actually a model of Charles's car already. I'm gonna show you because it's gonna fit perfectly with this. Like, the two of them are gonna sit on my desk together. But I was waiting for the Oscar car because it was his rookie season, obviously. So like, they hadn't made his car yet, and like the season ended, and I have been Googling it like on a frankly daily basis, like Oscar Piastri model car, and now it exists. And I had to order this with an Amazon gift card. It came from China, and it took a long time. I think I ordered this the day after Christmas, and it's like January 10th right now. So I wanted to just open it with you guys because I just love my little things. And you know what? I didn't get my Jake Ottinger helmet, but I got my little Oscar Piastri car. Oh my gosh. It is so cute. I love it. I love McLaren's car because I love that they're sponsored by Google Chrome. So they have these little, like the chrome logo is like in their wheels, and it just looks so, so cool. I think, is this gonna be screwed down? Because that's how my Charles car was too. It's just so dramatic. Like, is it necessary that this is screwed into this piece of cardboard? I'm gonna get my little mini girl toolkit. You guys, here he is in all of his glory. I love him so much. I love the chrome. I love the wheels. I'm so happy that I have him, and guess what? He's going over here on my desk with his little friend Charles. Excuse me, box. Ah, look how cute. I just knew when I put Charles here, I was like, oh, there's, sorry, OCD, have to have them perfect. Like, there's perfectly room for one more. It was meant to be. It was written in the stars, and I love it so much. I have my boys. The Charles one has like a mini Charles in there. You can see his little helmet, but I couldn't find that for Oscar, but it's okay. I'm sure if another one comes out and like I love the way it looks, I'll probably buy it, and I might make like a little collection. They're cheap. They're literally like 10 bucks or something. So I love my little friends. But yeah, guys, that is it, I think, for this vlog. Thank you for spending these couple of days with me, for spending my little release time with me. I'm just so happy my third novel is out in the world, and as crazy as it sounds, I'm itching to write the next one. I told myself I was gonna take a break. I told myself I was gonna like read and just chill, and I'm going to, but like the next story is just, it's gonna fly out of me. I've been like itching to write it. I have so many thoughts about it. I was taking like all these notes and stuff literally like as I was finishing Between the Blue. I already am planning for the next one. It's all right here, but anyways, if you'd like to get Between the Blue, the link will be in my bio. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you made it this far, this was a very long, rambly, random sort of video, but yeah, I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye.